Hi, welcome again to another short tutorial on computer topics, and this time we're going to talk about computer software. So what is computer software? Now when you purchase a computer set, which is basically a computer hardware, you won't be able to use this unless you have a computer software, because these things are what makes your computer usable. Okay, so let's go on ahead and move to the next slide. So what is software? It actually refers to the collection of series of programs that enables a computer to work efficiently and effectively. A software is general name given to all the programs, instructions, and routines to make computers usable, as mentioned before. So these are some icons that represent software. So you see here, this is a mixture of free open source softwares and the ones that we pay for, like Microsoft. These are you need to pay to be able to use these kinds of software. So you can choose your favorite softwares here on the picture. Now moving forward, there are more here, so let's go. So the first one is the system software. What is a system software? It actually refers to the program or instructions which direct the internal operations of the computer. These are program or instructions together with related procedures and documentations which let the computer system perform and work effectively. Okay, so basically, and the first fundamental example of a system software is an operating system. Now, it is the most significant systems software. Otherwise, you won't be able to install your favorite softwares, like for example, Facebook, Messenger, TikTok. You won't be able to install these softwares unless you have an operating system. And that operating system, an example for that is on your cell phones. The ones that you have always with you are these are Androids, Androids, iOS for Apple products. For desktops, we have Windows. We have the latest one, which is Windows 10, and we also have for Mac. We have Mac OS. I don't know what's their latest version now. So these are, and there are actually others, like for example, the ones that you don't really need to pay for you to be able to legally use it, and that is Linux operating systems. These are open source, free open source software. Okay, so going back, it is a software that coordinates system resources and allows other programs to run. Is a group of related programs that supervises or monitors the execution of an application program and provides services such as language translation, input-output control, and job scheduling. Now you will be able to, your IT and CS computer science students, if you are IT or computer science students, you would be able to especially for computer science students, you really have a separate subject for operating system, because this is a major subject for your course. Let me go back for a while. Okay, let's move forward. Okay, operating system functions. Okay, resource management, task management, file management, and user interface. Now, resource management, it needs to, your Windows, let's say for example your Windows 10 needs to be able to allocate resources, like for example printers, scanners, memory. These are just simple things, but there are actually more complex things that operating system needs to handle. Like for an example is when you have a printer and you have 2 computers or 3 computers connected to that computer, and then you print all together. What does the what's gonna happen if the resource was not properly managed. Okay, now the Windows operating system is responsible of telling the other computers who gets to have the printing first or second or third. Okay, so it's like a manager of, let's say an example is a hardware, which is the printer. Okay, so that's an example of resource management. Another is memory, your RAM of your computer. If you have a lot of applications running at the same time, sometimes you really notice that you have a lag in the processing. Okay, so basically, because even if you're running one program in a specific time, the others are actually running at the background. Okay, so operating system depends on which actually depends on the algorithm to how it was designed to. Sometimes might give more priority. Of course, it should actually give more priority to the programs or software which are running foreground, or the ones that are actively running, and then lesser resources or lesser memory will be given to the ones running at the background in order for operations to go smoothly. Okay, so that's an example of resource management. Another is task management. Okay, task management is like, for example, scheduling of virus scanning, scheduling of cleaning up your computer or your cell phone, or even calendars. This is an example of task management. Another is file management. Okay, so which you are familiar of already because you're exposed to Windows. No? You actually have like folders where your files are stored. So this is an example of file management, so that you'd be able, it's not all the files are just scattered in just one place. It should actually be organized, and that is through file management. Okay, and next is user interface. This is how we interact with the device. So you have your operating system, the UI that you have in Android is also different from the one that you have in Apple or in Windows. But basically, the more user friendly the experience that you have, that the more user friendly experience you have with the device in operating it will make you feel better. Okay, so that's the experience that you have on how to interact with the device, and that is what you call as user interface. Next is utility and service programs. So utility service programs, like for example, these are, okay, let me read this first, are multi-purpose programs which are capable of enhancing the use of operating system. An example is antivirus and diagnostic programs. So maintenance programs, the ones that will free up memory from your computer or from your RAM, or will clean up the trash, no? Because you don't actually notice it, but the more trash you have and the more temporary files you have in your computer or on your phones, the slower your device becomes. Okay, that is why we have this type of utility and service programs, in order for us to para bagang mga janitor yan sila, no? They are like janitors that clean up, they do the cleaning, that do the repairing. So these are those types of programs. Okay, next is the application software, which is what we really are after. Okay, which are designed for a particular use. So it pertains to user programs written to solve specific problems. These are software which performs specific tasks and operations. It is used to accomplish tasks other than just running the computer system. Okay, so also we have, okay, let's go back there. Applications, these are examples for this are office suites or Microsoft, like, and a very good example is Microsoft Office suite. No, it's a package already of for word processing, for spreadsheets, for database, and so on and so forth, and which is what we have also on our Google Classroom, which you can take advantage of your Google Drive, where you have this type of documents also. Like for example, you have slides for PowerPoint. You have document, I think is for Microsoft Word, and then for Excel, I think is I'm not really sure. Spreadsheet, I'm not really sure. Anyway, we can just go back there later. So these are these are softwares which are designed for a particular use. Okay, so next is customized. Now these are, if example, you're in your third year or in your fourth year and you have projects like you need to design a system or a program, and you have a customer that, or a client that lets you that asks for specifications, that tells you, okay, you need to do this and the program needs to be like this. Okay, so those are customized softwares. Next is package or commercial. It is term used to describe a software that is bunched together, making a complete set. So Office Suite, okay, Microsoft Office, utilities, Norton Utilities. These are set of softwares already. Now the following are common examples of programs that may include or not under the packaged software. Word processing, this kind of program is widely used, so Microsoft Word. Next is, this is an example of Microsoft Word. So this is old version of the Microsoft Word. Electronic spreadsheets, okay, for Microsoft, you need Microsoft Excel for this. Is an improved traditional financial tools such as columnar pad, pen or pencil, and calculator. The image is not that clear, but I guess you get the idea that the file that you create here are composed of columns and rows, and basically this is most useful when the data that you use here are figures or numbers. Desktop publishing is specialized in meeting high-level publishing needs, especially when it comes to typesetting and color reproduction. So mga designs yan siya. If you are asked to design a shirt or a logo or a seal or an invitation. Okay, so this is an example. This is photo. I'm not sure, this is not really clear. This is photo paint, or for as long as you have the tools there. Okay, so that's an example. Database management is used for handling collection of interrelated facts and data in several ways, like for example your enrollment information. These are all stored, the information that when you pre-registered in WIMSU, when you enrolled, everything, and until the day that you are given grades. All these data are actually stored in the database, and somebody needs to manage that, and that manager is actually a software or a database management software which is created by programmers, which in the future will be you. Okay, so it is used for handling collection of interrelated facts and data in several ways. Okay, so this is an example of a database software from Microsoft. This is Microsoft Access. Okay, graphics software. These are programs used to create, enhance, and edit graphical figures and objects such as images and photos. So what do we, I think this is Photoshop, the old version of Photoshop. Okay, so when you deal with images, okay, and you edit it, it can be vector based or it can be pixel based. So vector based, these are when you design something there, and then even if you zoom and zoom and zoom, you won't see some squares because these are mathematical representations of figures. So these are vectors. The other type of image is actually pixel based or bitmap based. That is when, let's say for example, pictures, when you get pictures with the camera, that is pixel based or image or bitmap based. So the more you zoom and zoom into the object or the picture, it becomes boxes, small boxes. Okay, so that's why you call it pixel based. Next is presentation software. It is a software that is used for representing or displaying information which can be presented in the form of a slideshow, like for example Microsoft PowerPoint, or for what we have in Google Suite is slides. Okay, you can do. And also the one that I'm using now is actually a presentation software, which is what we call as Prezi. Okay, so this is online. You can also have this, but this is a paid for you to be able to use this and do something like this. You have to pay a certain amount for you to be able to use this software, but for just viewing purposes there, you don't have to pay. Okay, so powerful presentations. Okay, so there are a lot, not only the ones I mentioned, there are actually others also which are also very eye-catching, and it stimulates interest from the ones who are watching the presentation. Okay, next is communication program, which you are very fond of, no? So Messenger, you have which right now is already taken to another level, and that is social media already, no? With yung communication program natin noon, ibang level na. It's in the social media level already. Okay, so we can use phones, okay, webcams, resource discovery software also. These are programs that enable user to install it to the computer, then start searching. So like search engines, which are built into browsers, internet browsers like Mozilla, Chrome, Opera, no? These are browsers, internet browsers. An example of the framework for this is say for this is the user, this is you trying to search for something and then sends the request to the server, and then you have here information retrieval systems, structured representations, which are metadata. This is data within data that contains data. Okay, that's what metadata means. Network and analog information resources. So you have database, digital library, everything, no? All e-journal, no? So it's like the browsers, the resource, what you call that? What's the term? Resource discovery softwares. The right term? Resource discovery. Yes, resource discovery softwares. They are actually, they have, it's like they have small artificial intelligent robots in the web that looks for this data. Okay, so and that is through the software that we use, which is the resource discovery or the search engines. Okay, multimedia program, okay, that from the term multimedia, it's a combination of media. So what are media? These are video, sound, animation, paint, image, editing tools with powerful time-based object-oriented sequencing and authoring program. There's a lot of multimedia programs we have available. It can be paid or it can be open source or free to use. No? So it's up for you. Which ones would you like to try? Okay, so multimedia, so sound, you have sound here, you have lights, you have movies, you have combination. That's why it's multimedia. And then this is a video of additional video on computer basics. Okay, understanding operating systems.
Did you know that you and your computer speak different languages? It doesn't speak Spanish, or Swedish, or Chinese. It speaks in ones and zeros. You can't communicate directly with your computer. That's where your operating system comes in. The operating system is the program that lets you interact with your computer. Together, the operating system and computer hardware form a complete system that determines what your computer can do. There are many different operating systems. Two of the most common ones are Microsoft Windows and Mac OS X. Windows comes preloaded on most personal computers. Mac OS X runs on all new Macs. Operating systems aren't just for computers and laptops, though. Mobile devices run mobile operating systems like Apple iOS or Google Android. Operating systems for mobile devices are designed for interactions with smaller touchscreens. Before downloading new software or applications to your computer or mobile device, you should check to see if the application is compatible with your operating system. Some applications work on all operating systems, but others only work on certain ones. So, get to know your operating system to see how it works and what it can do.
Okay, that's a short clip on operating systems. We have another short clip. Okay.
First, a quick message from Common Craft. This video comes in versions designed for use in training and education. Find them at commoncraft.com. It's easy to think of computers as just machinery, buttons, screens, and parts that work together. But the magic of computers comes from something that makes them unique to you. This is computer software in plain English. The problem with computers is that most of us don't speak their language. We need a translator, something that can understand our needs and put the computer to work for us. The translator is called software, and it makes computers useful. Look at it this way. Like a typewriter, a computer without software is just a lifeless machine. By adding software, the computer becomes more alive, easy to use, and built for you. Most computers have two basic kinds: the operating system and software programs. If you've ever used a computer, you've used an operating system. From saving files to using a mouse or fixing problems, the operating system covers the basics. Operating systems come with all new computers and do a lot of the same things. You've seen them called Windows, Mac, and Linux. But the operating system is only part of what we need. To make them personalized and more useful, we can add software programs. For example, if you need to edit a photo, you can add a software program that is built for that purpose. If you need to design a house, you can add a software program that lets you see the house from all sides. By adding and removing software programs, you can make the computer fit with exactly what you want to do. And adding most software programs is easy. You can get them from a computer store or download them from the internet. No computer nerds required. Once a program is on your computer, opening it is as easy as clicking an icon. But what is a software program? What's really happening when you open one? Think about it this way. Computers are really good at following instructions, and a software program is essentially a set of instructions that tells the computer exactly what to do. When you open a program, the computer goes to work, completing the instructions until the program is ready for you to use. The ability to add and remove software programs means that everyone's computer can be different and unique to them. So, to review, we've talked about operating systems that take care of the basics and software programs that make computers personalized. It's this combination that makes computers so useful. But it's not limited to computers on your desk. Consider your cell phone. Just like a computer without software, it's a lifeless machine that doesn't speak our language. Thankfully, cell phones have software that bring them to life. The same thing is true for many cameras, music players, and even our cars. Every day, we rely on software to bring machines to life and make them personalized and useful. The next time you use a computer or cell phone, think about software's role in translating your needs into instructions that put the machine to work for you. I'm Lee Lefevre of Common Craft, and this has been Computer Software in Plain English. Do you need this for work? Find presentation quality, unbranded versions of all Common Craft videos at commoncraft.com.
Okay, so that was a very good presentation on software.
Hello, Sid Schumann from PlayStation Blog here, and I'm excited to show off the latest system software.
This next video is supposed to be just showing us that even gaming consoles are actually using operating systems, and this operating system is designed for PlayStation Vita, which
Hello, Sid Schumann from PlayStation
I
Blog
won't
here,
play this
and I'm
anymore.
excited to show off the latest system software.
Just a preview of what it is going to be. That it's just demonstrating to us that they have an upgrade of this operating system that would allow more features, more security. These are the reasons why you are actually recommended or suggested when there's an update available for the operating system. Let's say, for example, for your phone or for your tablet or for any electronic device that uses online. If there's an update available, you should take advantage and update, because there are additional features. There could be bug fixes or security fixes, which would really make your device and your experience in using your device better. Okay, so I guess that's all, guys, in talking about softwares. These are basically instructions, as mentioned in the video, instructions that tell computer what to do, so that the computer will be useful for everyone.